The Bergmeister, one of the most iconic vehicles from Austria in the last century, is now reborn, and it claims to have 1200 horsepower and accelerate to 62 miles per hour within 2.5 seconds, so quite similar to the Tesla Roadster in terms of acceleration, but with a lower top speed. What makes it so interesting though is that this car was designed and built by a single guy in Austria, who is living his dream and started to build this from the scratch. I have attended the Vienna Auto Show to have a closer look at this, so let's check it out together. What makes the Austrodaimler Bergmeister ADR 630 so impressive is its powertrain, because yeah, it's actually a plug-in hybrid. It sports a 55 kWh battery powering 3 electric motors. Roland Stargl, the founder, paired that with an AMG GT 4-liter inline 6-cylinder engine, cranking it up to 1200 horsepower and around 1600 Nm of torque. The 3 electrical motors contribute 271 horsepower each. The car hit 62 miles per hour from zero in a claimed 2.5 seconds with a top speed of over 200 miles per hour. But well, how does it work? Well, the engine is connected to an electric motor, then to a driving shaft, then to a clutch, and to the next electric motor, and then there is a 7-gear DSG gearbox, all in the middle of the car. The whole car weighs only 1650 kilograms, so that's pretty lightweight. So that was enough of number dropping, let's have a closer look at the design. When I first saw the car, I wasn't sure if I liked the design or not, but after taking a few shots with the camera, I found it quite interesting. The long hood ends up with a shooting brake rear end because the battery is mounted under the trunk area. I can imagine that it was pretty hard to weight balance the car with the huge engine in the front and the battery in the back, but Roland Stargl did a pretty good job with that. The car has gull-wing doors like on the Tesla Model X and they are looking pretty cool, and the car is also pretty low as well, so it wasn't that easy to get in, but once I've seen the interior, I was pretty impressed. Everything inside looks like pretty high quality. When it looks like aluminum, it actually is aluminum. Same for the wooden parts. There is no cheap plastic, just a few plastic parts, and overall just quality material. There is a display behind the wheel which showed the different driving modes, your speed and everything, and also a couple of buttons for the air conditioning and stuff. So overall, it really feels like you would sit in a cockpit of a race car. There are some standardized parts used from other suppliers, but you need to keep in mind that this car was designed by a single guy, which I can imagine is quite hard to do. So in regards to the interior, I would give the Bergmeister a better rating than the Tesla Roadster, but from the outside, well, it really comes down to personal preference, and I would maybe just pick the Tesla Roadster. The 55 kWh battery pack can handle 150 kW charging, and less aggressive cruising unlocks an all-electric range of 250 km and a total combined range of around 1000 km on the WLTP cycle. The charging port is hidden in the back and slides out when you press a button, which looks pretty cool as well. Now right now they just built and sold this one prototype, and they're looking for investors to bring this car to the market in 2021. Overall, I think it's a pretty interesting and cool looking concept. But let's talk with the founder about the car and let's hear his story.
Hey, what's up guys, Steven here and greetings here from the Vienna Auto Show. I'm here together with Roland Stargl, who is the designer of the Bergmeister, and it's one of the most interesting cars I've seen this year. And well, could you quickly introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Roland Stargl. I'm the builder, constructor, designer and so on from the Bergmeister. The new Austrodaimler Bergmeister.
So Austrodaimler was a famous brand, I think, in the early last century. And why did you pick that name?
I think Austrodaimler was founded in 1899 in Wiener Neustadt, in the near Vienna, and it was, I think so, the famous Austrian car brand with Ferdinand Porsche has spent 17 years as the technical director and also the chief engineer from Austrodaimler, and he made the brand a really innovative brand in this time, and also Austrodaimler is also famous for a great racing history. They have win in 1921 the Targa Florio, and also in 1928 the European Mountain Championship with the famous driver Hans Stuck. We have also in the background here the historic Austrodaimler race car from 1928. And Hans Stuck won from 46 races from the European Mountain Championship, 40 races with this race car. And this was the building of the legend of the brand. And Austrodaimler had made from the basic of the race car a serial car in the 30s. It named Austrodaimler Bergmeister, and the idea was behind it was that the new Austrodaimler would be also a Bergmeister.
So you're continuing this legacy, and a little bit on your background. What did you study, or how did you actually become a car engineer?
It's a long time, long story. I started in the railway business as building railway equipment, and for several years I'm in the business, in the car business, in the car developing business. But I make some things for other car brands, big car brands, and in the year 2002 I have the first idea to restart the brand Austrodaimler.
So that's pretty cool, and I think it's pretty hard because all the big car manufacturers, they already have technologies for everything, for the engine, for the chassis and everything, but you have to do everything from the scratch. So I guess you're using parts from other cars in this car,
yes.
Especially the engine probably?
Yes, we use some parts from the big car manufacturers, especially from Mercedes-Benz, like the engine, but from the drivetrain, the combustion engine is an engine from Mercedes-Benz, a 3-liter 6-cylinder engine, and the other part of the drivetrain of our new invented hybrid system is built from our own.
Okay, so what's so special about this powertrain?
This powertrain is the first time in one single car we have the two basic hybrid systems, serial and parallel, in one car. And in our car the combustion engine is the smaller part. Like the other hybrid systems, the combustion engine is the big part with more power. And we have from the combustion engine we have only 270 kilowatt power, and the electrical side of our hybrid drivetrain is 600 kilowatt power. And it's, I think so, at the moment the only hybrid system, plug-in hybrid system with this long electric drive range. We have nearby 60 kilowatt hours capacity from the battery, and we can drive 250 kilometers only with the battery.
Wow, okay, that sounds pretty good, but what is the future of the car? Will it be available? Will it be available in a little bit bigger quantities, or?
No, we are a very small company, and we built only 20 pieces of this car, and the first one is already sold to a customer, to our Austrian customer, and the hybrid drive system, but is also usable for big series. So the idea behind this project is also to make our drivetrain for other car companies for license. It's not only for cars. We can build this a little bit smaller with not so much power, and our drivetrain is also a good system for trucks and other vehicles.
Okay, that sounds pretty interesting and pretty expensive. How much do you think will be the car in the future?
I think for the 20 pieces that we build, we are nearby €1 million.
Alrighty guys, so we're now here at the end of this video, and well, this car is definitely one of the highlights of the Vienna Auto Show, and as you know guys, I'm from Vienna, so I'm really interested in cars made in Austria. And well, I really hope that this project gets to life. So if you also like this car, then please share this video and make this car possible. So check out the links down below in the description. And as always guys, I'm Steven from Tech Magnet and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a nice day and bye.